Hey, welcome to another 31 Days of Horror 2018 video. We're on to movie number 25, and we are going with Dark Hole. Yes, this is a TV movie from Sci-Fi. Of course, this is a Scream Factory Blu-ray, but yes, it was a TV movie for Sci-Fi from 2014. And I mean, looking at this cover, I thought it was going to be, like a killer truck thing or something. Maybe like Maximum Overdrive or something. Like that's what I was thinking. I don't know, but that's not at all the case. No. No, I was way off on that one. In fact, I guess they say it best in the back here. The meaning of a cryptic prophecy divides a team of secretive guardians as they attempt to transport a deadly creature and its half-human sister in an 18-wheeler truck to a more secure location. So essentially, the guardians are like priests, or like movie starts off with a 13th son giving birth to a 13th son in the new world, which is part of the prophecy, and of course then a demon flies out of this woman who's giving birth, and these priests are all there trying to contain it. So yeah, these guardians are kind of like holy warrior type people, so there's the demon creature, and then the half human sister, who apparently can communicate kind of with the creature and keep it under control, which is why she's involved and be brought in essentially to transport this creature, because she can help control it or keep it calm or whatever you want to say. Continuing on, but a hidden agenda undermines their mission, releasing the beast, and they end up battling for the fate of the world when the true meaning of the prophecy is discovered. Yeah, so I'll let you watch the movie to be able to figure that kind of stuff out. But essentially, yeah, so there's a tractor trailer, and the tractor trailer is being used to, transport this creature. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get on to who's in the film. It's directed by Daniel Weiss, who's never done anything before or after. And it kind of shows. It stars Tom Sizemore. Now, Tom Sizemore seems to be kind of like the a little sadistic, but more religious of the, guy keepers, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what you call them. Yeah, if you don't know who Tom Sizemore is, shame on you. He's probably he's really the only name in this film, but he's Saving Private Ryan, he's Sergeant Horvath, Black Hawk Down, he's McKnight, Heat, he's Michael Chirito, Red Planet. Like to get more into line with the genre we're dealing with here. We got Birchinall. But I mean, the guy has been in all sorts of stuff. From lower budget stuff, The Intruders, Collection, Private Number, and Slumber Party Slaughter. I mean, he's been in all sorts of crazy stuff on top of the, big budget items as well. So, I mean, he's one of those guys who will kind of take anything that, really comes his way. Sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't. And I'm leaning towards the latter in this one. But it's not. I don't know that it's necessarily his fault. I just think this is such a low budget outing that, I mean, why would he pour his heart and soul into doing a great performance when really most of the people around him, I think, were probably stunt people, acting as actors, or nobodies, maybe extras, or low-level, low-paid actors and stuff like that. I don't know, but the acting is just absolutely atrocious. Atrocious. But yeah, Tom Sizemore plays a character called Nix, and then there's his, as they say here, but a hidden agenda undermines their mission. So there are sort of a butting of heads between, I guess, I don't know, I guess I'm going to call them the religious fanatic area versus the soldier aspect area, because, there's a bunch of guys with guns and stuff, so I guess there's like a leader of those guys, played by Rick Ravanello, who was he was in Heart's War, or if you want to go with something genre, he was Briggs in The Cave. And of course, he's been in all sorts of stuff. He often, I'd say he plays kind of a soldiery cop type person. He's been in, things like, television CSI and all sorts of one-offs here and there and all that kind of stuff. But I would say his look leads him towards that gruff kind of police officer or a soldier or a cowboy or something along those lines. So yeah, he's essentially, he's just, going by the book, by what the, whatever guild or whatever group that these people, all belong to, what they're supposed to do, transport the thing. But at the same time, he's kind of got the hots for the half-human sister. Yes, he's got the hots for Lena Marie, who, I didn't really recognize her or anything like that. But apparently she's been in things like Painless and Splitting Image. She was in Remains. And I mean, she had small parts in like Surrogates and Shutter Island that were, little on-screen type things. She wasn't really doing much in those, but yeah. But yeah, she plays, and then, you know what, honestly, she probably is the one person who actually puts a little effort into this film. She is the human looking, but clearly, if she's a half demon essentially, or whatever you want, whatever these things are, half creature or whatever. So the very, very religious Tom Sizemore has some kind of religious shackles on her that he's attached to his phone, because they have scripture and stuff on them, and he's using them to shock her. I don't quite get how that works, because they weren't really shock manacles or anything like that. They just look like old kind of metal shackles that might have been holy or something. I don't know, but he's using a phone and, pressing a button to make him shock her. I don't know, throughout the whole film, that's how he's controlling her, and, of course, the Rick Ravanello's character is not taking too kindly to that, because, he's like, oh, treat her like, she's a prisoner, she's a human being, she's nice, she's helping us, and, Tom is literally just like, she's a demon. But yes, then we get to her brother, who I believe I think there was kind of mention that he may be like, the Jersey Devil, I think, maybe, but he's like a CG creature. Like, there's so much CG in this movie, it's nuts. He's a CG devil, with the wings and the thing-looking creature. And he goes around killing people, and there's guys with guns, and there's lots of fighting, and apparently he can what they call create halos, which are, notice the religious, which are hallucinations, where, essentially people, all the humans and stuff, he just makes them see things. And so all these people going around carrying, and they know that he does this, right? They know that he does this, and of course the more power he gets, the more destruction and chaos he creates, the stronger he gets. And they know this, and yet the entire group of them goes around carrying just regular machine guns and pistols, and knowing that at any one point in time he can make one of the other guys look like, he's the creature, and throughout the film, I think that they end up killing more of themselves, their partners, the other members of the group, than the creature does. So you would think that, because apparently they've been under captivity for like almost 300 years, you would think that they would have come up with some way of dealing with this, some kind of protocol, other than just, we're going to use the sister and hope that she, we're going to shock her into submission so that she, essentially deals with her brother. And yeah, so it sort of opens up with this, in the past birth, moves on to a in the present giant fight scene in an industrial area, moving on to transportation in a truck, and then they end up in when all things go wrong and the monsters let loose because the truck crashes, they end up in a cabin where apparently these creatures are are more powerful. I don't get it. I don't get it. Honestly, this movie, I don't even know why like I get it. You make Sharknado, it's funny, it's stupid, but did you need to? I don't know. Honestly, this is like some really, really, really bad filmmaking. There's moments where the sound is not good, it's not well done, the CG is terrible, the acting is at best competent, and at worst sloppy, and awkward. And the whole idea of this transporting these creatures in a truck, and it's even weird, like at one point the dude makes a speech about, we don't stop, we just keep going. If a guy dies, we just keep going. If there's a problem with the truck, we just keep going. And yet they stop for gas, they stop for food, they stop for sleep, they stop for engine trouble. They stop all the time. So they don't keep going, they keep stopping. Maybe I misunderstood what his whole speech was about, but I kind of thought the fact was we are going to our destination and nothing is going to stop us there. We have things set up and we'll just keep going, and we'll stop when we get there. That's kind of what I was getting the picture, but it didn't take like 5 more minutes and they were stopping, and it's just, I don't know, nothing in this movie makes any sense, and they're like writing in little things and just saying this is how it works, and this is how that works, and this is what we're doing, and you're just, as a viewer, just supposed to like literally just go, okay, because that's all you can do. Now, back of this thing does say Tom Sizemore, Saving Private Ryan, Black Hawk Down, Heat, and Evelina Marie Remains star in this mysterious and thrilling creature feature that delivers pulse-pounding action and eye-popping effects at every turn. Now, that's not incorrect. The pulse-pounding action is for the people in the film, not for the viewer. And the eye-popping effects at every turn are not referring to the fact that the effects are so good that, your eyes will just burst out of your head at how awesome they are. No, there's an actual scene in the film, you know, with some eye stuff. And yeah, if you want a good laugh, there are a few good scenes in here, and most of them are kill related, where you can get a good laugh. But if you are looking for something serious and scary and entertaining, Dark Hall is probably not it. Yeah, as you can tell, it was almost putting me to sleep. It was yeah. I'm trying hard to find some good in this film. I mean, there is some gore. A lot of it is CG, so maybe that's not a good thing. If you like a lot of gunshots, there's plenty of bullets flying in this film. There are some explosions. Again, with the CG, like a lot of CG. I don't have much. I really don't have much at all. I have. Yeah. If you're looking for good, high-end horror with all the trimmings, Dark Hall's not for you. This is more for those, you know, low-budget, Sharktopus, Python, films on those levels where you throw a star in there, in this case Tom Sizemore, throw in some CG creatures, make a very loose story, film it, and just put it out there for the audience to enjoy. If that's your thing, this is your movie. This is, the Sci-Fi Channel has clearly done a few of them, and so, yeah, it is right up there with all the others. But, yeah, if I had to rate this, man, it doesn't have much. I could go as high as a 2 out of 5, because it is, for the most part, technically pretty solid, but I'm gonna drop it down. I'm taking off a half point for how much it clearly, as you can see, bored me. So 1.5 out of 5 for Dark Hall. Not getting a recommend from me, but again, if you're in the mood for something like that, it is, it's definitely got fun little kitschy, little schlocky, low budget stupidity type movie, and I mean, even I like that kind of stuff, but you gotta call it like it is. Those movies aren't good movies. They can be fun, and there's some fun to be had with this. I just wish it wasn't a lot of people running around looking stupid, with their guns, because honestly, they didn't look like they knew what they were doing. People don't walk around. Like, what are you crouching from? It's not like you're ducking down from gunfire or any, gunshots or anything. You've got a creature that's flying around. Like, so you would think you'd be like looking into the sky or like whatever. It's just there's so many things wrong with the film. Turn off your logic and just watch it. That's the only thing I can say. Anyways, let me know what you thought of Dark Hall down below. Love to hear from you. As always, keep it spoiler free if you can. I know I've given away a lot of it, so Anyways, thanks for watching. Till next video, take care. Have a good one.